welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing the booktuber newbie tag. I know I said this isn't a booktube channel, however I will be doing this tag, don't judge me. Anyway, into the questions. First question is, why did you start this channel? So like in my last welcome to my channel video, I started this channel to showcase all of my talents and my aspirations and some of my skills. One of them just so happened to be reading, which is why I'm doing this booktuber newbie tag. It also includes sports, which has soccer, cross country, and softball. I'm a student and I'm going to be showcasing that journey, especially my senior year. I'm a musician and I want to be starting this bass journey and showcase some of my drumming videos. And finally, did I mention? I said soccer. Yeah, I said soccer. Writing. Yes, I'm a writer and I'm going to be showing that journey because hopefully in the near future I'm going to be entering my novel into this thing called Pitch Wars. So yes. Number 2, what are some fun and unique things you could bring to BookTube? Well, I like to think I'm a fun and unique person. Some fun and unique things. I'm not only going to be talking about books, I'm going to be talking about my life and how books influence and change my life. I kind of don't like this question because it's kind of forcing us into that I'm not like the other girls trope and all that other stuff, into thinking, you know, I have to be unique to start this channel and other people have to be unique, otherwise why even start a booktube? You got other booktubers to watch. So yeah, unique, my perspective, I guess, my age, the type of books I'm reading, the types of books I'm reading, I'm not necessarily seeing other people read, so that's what I'm bringing to BookTube. Question number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? What I'm most excited for is the opportunity to voice my thoughts. Like, I'm already noticing the changes between this video and my last video. I'm not saying as much, and I'm not, like, you know, messing with my face. What am I most excited about? Being noticed, I guess. I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't start this channel to just talk to the void. I started this channel to hopefully have, like, start a dialogue, especially in the comments, or just other people being inspired by what I have to say and what I'm doing in my life. And I'm excited for the repercussions of that. May it be other people starting their channels or making new friends or anything like that. Question number 4. Yeah, it's 4. Why do you love reading? So I love reading because it helps me escape from a world where I don't necessarily feel wanted or included. And this may be because I have 4 siblings and it's the 7-person household, so I always feel like I have to do something remarkable to be noticed, which is why, you know, I have like 5 different things I'm showcasing on this channel. But I really love reading because it really immerses myself into places and people and ideas that I've never thought of. Like, I'm reading this book called crap, I forgot the title, but the subtitle is like Black Feminism and the Kabaki River Collective, and it's showcasing, you know, women like me who's a black feminist and who's trying to get their voice out there and trying to change the world for the better. And that's something I love. It's not something I necessarily see myself pursuing as like a career, but it's something I enjoy and pertains to me. I also really love reading just off like the writing style. Reading people's different writing styles and learning how to write in different words just from reading is fascinating to me. So that's why I love reading. What book or series got you into reading? So because I'm kind of young, I never really stopped reading, and the series that really jump-started me into it was the Magic Treehouse series, and I started reading that back in like kindergarten or 1st grade, I think. And you know, like, if you haven't read it, I really suggest it. Even though it's like a kid's book, it's still really freaking good. So it follows these siblings, and they discover they have this magic tree house in the woods near their house, and they could travel from any time period just from opening a book and saying, I want to go there. And I haven't read it in quite some time, so the plot may not be as exact as I'm saying it, but they have a lot of journeys. They go to a bunch of different places and they just learn a lot, and that intrigued me so much as I was younger, and I was like, I want to find more books like this, and that jump started my reading career and why I continue reading now. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So, because I'm relevantly new and I don't have just one booktuber I watch, I just search them and then I just start watching whatever video intrigues me. This won't be directed towards anyone, but very general questions. Why do y'all read the very popular books, I guess? Because, I mean, I'd be looking at some of them, like, Six of Crows was a quiz bowl book, like, 2 years ago, and I didn't want to pick it up because it looked long and boring. But, a bunch of the booktube drama and a bunch of other booktubers, like, complain about the drama and this follower culture and this popular book culture and buying books that everyone else likes. Like, why do y'all do that? What is the point? Like, I could waste money on food. I'd rather waste money on food and books that I've already read and like will like reread than consumer like books that y'all just buy to buy. Like, is it just me? Oh, here's another question, by the way. Is it just me, or does everyone like kind of got like the same genre, the same tropes, the same exact books? Like, a previous question is like, what is something unique you could bring to the channel? And I'm not trying to start anything, but a bunch of these channels aren't really unique. Y'all are doing the exact same thing and looking at the exact same books. And hate to say it, most of the time y'all are the exact same race and gender. Like, I'm seeing just a bunch of white women on booktube, and no hate to y'all, no hate. Y'all start it if you want to start it, but I'm not seeing a bunch of black girls, I'm not seeing a lot of men, and y'all perspective matters, and I want to see it. So those are a few of the questions. I think I only said 2. I had a lot to say in that. We'll get over that. Question number 60 million, because I forgot to count how many questions there were. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Challenges. Like I said earlier, probably finding people, like viewers, finding people who actually want to watch the content I'm putting out, people who realize that I'm not only going to be talking about books on this channel, even though that is something I love, it's not the only thing I love. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Some other challenges, I'm only like, I'm not filming this on a camera. I'm using my phone, and I just have my computer, and I'm kind of uploading things fast because I just want to put stuff out there. It won't necessarily be the best quality, and I know that's something people want. It's something they strive for. Some of the stuff that stopped me from making this channel earlier is because I didn't have the materials to start it the way I wanted to start it. But then I was like, you know what? Quarantine time. Gonna start it regardless. I don't care. So that's probably something I'm gonna have to overcome, competing with other people who are starting with these deluxe cameras and these complex editing systems and this better background and, you know, all this other stuff. I'll just have to overcome that, and I'll have to get over it. When did you start reading? I started reading at the ripe age of 5. I was in kindergarten, and it was mainly I was being read to, but I was also reading myself, like Frog and Toad, Frog and Toad, and like the Magic Tree House. My parents read to me when I was younger than that. And then back in like 8th grade when I was like 13, I took a pause from reading because I just couldn't find anything that interested me anymore. And literally the next year when I was in high school, I joined Quiz Bowl, and there was a bunch of books that really jumpstarted me back into my reading journey and made me reread some of my favorites. Like right here, I have the Heroes of Olympus series that I read in middle school, and I reread it in high school, and that like regurgitated my love for reading. Yeah, so that's when I started reading. Where do I read? Where don't I read? That's a better question. Where don't I read? I don't read outside, because then I get uncomfortable and there's flies and crap, and I don't want to deal with that. No, I'm lying, because I have read outside. Okay, let me just answer the question. So I read in my bed but then it gets uncomfortable. Same thing with couches. I can't find a comfortable spot to lay, so I'll tell myself in my brain, my brain is a thing, yes it is. I'll tell myself in my brain, I'll read in this position and I'll be like this for like 20 more pages, but then I get really into it and it's like, wow, my neck's uncomfortable, but this book is really good. I said I don't read outside, but that's not necessarily true, because sometimes after games, especially like school games, when I have my book bag with me, I'll read outside because I have to wait on the boys' game to finish to get back on the bus and go home. So I'll read then. I read on the bus. Back when I used to ride in the bus, I read in the car. I used to get really car sick from reading in the car, but then I got over that. And we'll see how that goes when I get older. I read when I'm walking. I used to get in trouble a lot during school for reading while I was walking. I walked into a pole. But I still read while I walk. What else? That's probably it. There's probably more, and I'm gonna remember while I'm showering. But that's it for right now. That's all the places I read. What kind of books do you like to read? So I'm really into fantasy and dystopian books when they're done right. When they are done right is the key word in that phrase. Fantasy and dystopians are the best genre of books when they are done right. Period. I'm really getting into historical fiction, like My Lady Jane. That was good. I thought it was going to be straight trash. That's good. Dread Nation hit different. It hits different. I don't know what it is. It was probably the zombies or the slavery, but it hit different. That was good. I'm also really into the classics. Like, I was reading Flawless for Algernon. That's one of my favorite books at the moment, because my favorite books change. And like Pygmalion's really good. I don't like The Great Gatsby. I had to read that for school. That's probably why I don't like it. But that's classical books are really good. I won't say I don't like romance novels. It's just I don't like romance novels. I'll read them. I like romance novels as romance as a subplot. Romance as a subplot is where I think they're best written, because the authors aren't being so vested into it. It's like, I'm just gonna write this relationship and it turns out perfectly. But when I'm reading a romance novel, I was like, okay, where's the action? What's going on? I'm tired of this. Wow, the kiss. Congratulations. Moving on. What else? I think those are like, thrillers. I need to read It by Stephen King. Yes. All of Stephen King's, actually. I need to read all of them. Thrillers hit me different. It may be because I like watching thrillers, but there's something about reading thrillers that's just that much more impactful. Like, that much power that I can just turn 60 pages and knows what happens, but I'm not doing that. I like that too. So, what is that? Thrillers, historical fictions, fantasy, and dystopian books when they are done right. Also, adventures, which I don't think counts as a drama, but adventures, period, are really, really, really good. And like that hero's journey arc, like, I know when it's happening, but I'm never tired of seeing it. So those are generally the genres I like. It's probably going to become more when I get older, because I'm really turning into like social science papers, like the nonfiction type, because I'm usually not a nonfiction reader. But social science papers, hitting different. They're hitting different. And I suggest y'all just go out and read them, especially if you're more like politically minded, or like you're just getting tired of like things not pertaining to real life. Because fiction can pertain to real life, and sometimes it's done right and sometimes it's done wrong. But if you want it to always be done right, social science papers. That's all the questions. And I kind of went off on the last one, but I had a lot to say. So thank you. That's the BookTube newbie tag. And we out. Why did I do that?